Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. What's up, family? Great Kool G Chocolate. We want to give all the Kool G Chocolate babies a round of applause. And right now, we are in the midst of the lesson of Nia. I know some of y'all's like, you changed. No. It's expanding. We are in the week of Nia, and we are going to experience Nia through the principle of Kool G Chocolate today, or looking at Nia through the lens of Kool G Chocolate, because Nia, since we are in the week, we need to expand and move towards mastering what Nia means. But then Nia right now is wrapped in the year of Ujima, the cycle of Ujima, the week of Nia, and of course the day of Kool G Chocolate. How do all those principles work together? We need to start working and wrapping our minds around that so that we can constantly have that in our minds and on our hearts as we start dealing with each other, as we start respecting our culture. Now, I know y'all was expecting a regular show yesterday, but I wanted to share what I was talking about on the Sabiet with the family, because in August I'm going to do a more in-person piece where we're going to be able to walk through, and I'm going to be able to show how the calendar works. I'm going to be able to show how the narrative map works, and go to some narrative map as well, so you can map your own self out and get everything working. But hey, let's get this thing popping. Let's get it moving. Let's get the growing. All right. Check it out. I'm going to share the haikus I have for today. These are some thoughts that were on my mind, and I want to kind of express them. So here we go. Showing your sons love and tenderness of a man prepares them for life. Is that man haikuing? Is that man haikuing? Because, one of the things, young men, we get into a phase where we are chasing women. And as I get older, I'm starting to realize that part of the love that we're looking for, or let me just speak for me. I can speak for me. Part of the love that I was looking for, and it's going to sound crazy, was that love that I didn't necessarily get from that male aspect, that direct link to my ancestors, that male aspect of me, right? I had a very loving mom, right? And but in many ways, I was out looking for that missing piece. So one of the things I try to do with those who come through me here, or who embrace me when they are here, because remember in Giamma we say spirit is thicker than blood. I try to get them to be able to feel the tenderness, the care that I'm capable of doing. I'm not, I don't go too far out of my wheelhouse, but I do believe that part of the development of, especially I stand corrected, because the tenderness of a man needs to be shown as well to his daughters, as well as the sons. And I think part of the aspect of the broken love syndrome that we have, looking for love in all the wrong places may come from what we were not able to get from the individuals that brought us here, right? So one of the curses, for lack of a better word, maybe it is the proper word, that I'm trying to break, at least in my part of the Brown family tree and the Ellis aspect of my being, is, be here and be able to provide love, care, and tenderness, as well as some of the other so-called masculine pieces. We hype up so much violence when it comes to manhood that we miss out on some of the more beautiful aspects of it. It's supposed to be hard. There's also there's a rough side, and there's also a very beautiful side that your young ones, those people that you are intimate with in your life, I ain't just talking about the sex piece, but they need to see that, right? They need to see the tears of sorrow as well as the tears of joy. They need to see you at your highest heights and at your lowest lows. They need to know that you were able to ask for help, because that lets them know that there will be someone out there that may be able to help them if they are able to ask, right? Show them your humble side. But anyway, this is why Brother Hatim needs a script. Family, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and most importantly to me, please comment. And if you felt what I was just talking about, go and throw that Ashe up there. You know how we do it. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do it. Thank you, Anime like that. She wiping off her Phoenix tears. I feel you. But here we go. Next one. Many wars I fought turned out to be waste of time. Now, slow to anger. Is that man haikuing? If you feel that one, go and write it down. Because I think about many of the arguments, even the physical fights that I've gotten into. And one of the things that I have learned to kind of ask myself before even entering some of these, when I can, is what am I trying to get out of this? And will I get what I want to get by either whooping ass or getting my ass whooped? You understand what I'm saying? And then also, is coming on the man shit, all conflicts, especially in men's world, don't end with just arguments. You understand what I'm saying? I know it's like that for our sisters as well in many cases, but for men, it ain't just arguments. So a lot of times when you see a man trying to avoid an argument, that man trying to avoid a fight. That man trying to avoid a all in all out. You know what I'm saying? Because once we start like that and it start getting escalated like that, it gets stupid fast. Right? Because a lot of times, because some people be like, we just ask some questions. This is why it's kind of hard this is why everybody ain't the debate bros, right? I ain't gonna sit around and be arguing with your ass all day. I ain't got time for that shit. Or maybe I choose not to make time for that shit. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, sometimes you have to weigh. And I often ask my kids when they have their little conflicts, right? I believe, did you get out of this what you wanted? And it's very rarely that I get a yes. A child that has been bullied, oftentimes I get a yes. I feel relieved. I feel safer now. I'm not concerned about this individual coming back upon me again. You know what I'm saying? But more, like 90% of the times, I'm getting no. I didn't get out of this what I wanted. All right. So last haiku for the day. Well, my last haiku for the beginning, and then we're going to get into the conversation. When fighting a war, never back your enemy into a corner. Now, I did that one because I don't know why I thought about Roots. and The Art of War, the first actual lesson that I learned, and this is crazy. This is why we got to be careful about how we treat our babies, and what we do in front of them, right? Because I watched. Excuse me. I wanted to check and see if the music was playing. I watched Roots when I was very young. And I only really watched it once that I could remember. And I sat through. And one of the first things in the scenes when Kunta Kinte was becoming a man, they took him and they taught him about war. And one of the lessons that they taught them, and I don't remember the context, but one of the lessons that they taught him was never encircle your enemy. Always leave them a route for escape. And it rung with me and it stuck with me. Right? You never want to fight with somebody who's backed into a corner. You always want to leave a space for them to retreat. Right? Even if that's a trap. You know what I'm just saying. I'm just saying, right? All right, cool. Throw our shade up in there if you're feeling me. All right, so let's get into it. We have the official haiku for the day. Others' opinions about you don't count unless you accept their truth. That man haiku. Give me a, yeah, that's right. Come on now. Come on, can I get it? Yep, there we go. You are now standing in the congregation of mighty moments that memorial place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Giami Journey Media. I'm your host, Brother Hakim. Of course, you know this is a Heart of a Simba production all day, every day. Strive to blow up your old paradigm. The ancestral algorithm for the day is my identity is a choice, not a reaction. My identity is a choice, not a reaction. And the proverb, which you're probably going to need through this reading, is do not repair another's fence until you have seen to your own. So I want to first greet you in peace, of course. Today we are walking in the indigo and dark blue vibration of Kujichagulia. Right? On navigating the week of New, we are using the lens of our own southern choice to clearly see our ultimate destination. In the wisdom of the Akaban people, there's a powerful lesson about the weight we carry. Now, getting into the book 7 Sticks. So, because I know you're going to be some of y'all out there, because some of y'all are official and there ain't no Akaban people. This is, once again, if you listened to my thing yesterday, the question I asked is, what is our myths? And really, where are the updated myths for us in the situation we are in, right? Because oftentimes people map their way out of the situation they are in through their stories and myths. I want you now, if you felt me on that, go and type in Ashe. If you understood what I said, I'm not going to repeat it, right? But go and think about what I just said, right? And that goes not just for people, but it also goes for the individual. Which goes back to what stories you're telling yourself. In the wisdom of the Akaban people, there's a powerful lesson about the weight we carry. Princess Natter was born with a crooked back, and as she grew, the constant ridicule and negative opinions of her peers and adults around her began to wear down her spirit. She internalized their cruel words, avoiding the public and believing the false narratives that her life was a bad omen. Now, you get this whole story in the book 7 Sticks. How many of us in the black community are walking around like Princess Natter? We are carrying the heavy, suffocating weight of America's false narrative on our backs. We internalize the blame, shame, and guilt projected onto us by a society that refuses to see our divine nature. They don't want to see your divine nature because they're throwing all of their sins on you. In this society, we operate, and go and check this out. There's an actual phenomenon called the the black sheep or the sacrificial goat is a real thing in society where a group of people throw all of their sins on one thing and banishes it, allows it to walk out and away from them, right? So the scapegoat is a real thing, and it's a real ritual that go with it, and we are being ritually bombarded with this whole scapegoat narrative because all the shit they say that we do and a lot of shit that we believe that we do, guess who is actually doing that shit? Guess who better at it than us? I'm gonna shut up. When the wise teacher Sage came to tutor Nature, he didn't give her armor to fight the crowd. He gave her a method to scrape off the buildup. He taught her the true power does not come from controlling the outside world, but from within. Sage showed her how to breathe deeply through her nose and into her belly, explaining that the breath is the most direct way to extract life energy, or what we call Ashe, from the universe. When Nature complained about the painful truths of her deformity and her status as a bad omen, Sage quickly corrected her, calling those external opinions nothing but noise. How many of y'all got noise out there floating around you, floating about you? It's just noise. It's just noise, right? This is the essence of subtractive self-mastery. To find your peace, power, and joy, you do not need to add another title to your resume, buy another piece of clothing, or put on a new performance for the world. You need to shed what isn't you, cut the noise, drop the weight of expectations that were never yours to carry, scrape off the buildup of generational trauma and media-driven stereotypes. Do not repair the fence of society's expectations until you have cleared the weeds of self-doubt from your own spiritual yard. Before Sage departed, and that was one of G's, so those of you that are not really hip, right, that's one of G's students. But those in geometry, you should have a good idea about this and know now that Seven Sticks is a book you need to grab. Before Sage departed, he whispered a final secret to the princess. A person becomes what they think about. Armed with the subtractive wisdom, Natter developed a daily habit of discarding negative thoughts about herself and eliminating toxic, ridiculing people from her inner circle. She stopped reacting and started choosing. You gotta blow it up. If you felt that, go and type that Ashe, right? So here we go. Your identity is a choice. Shed the illusion that binds you. Breathe deep into your center. Release the noise and stand tall in the indigo power of your own self-determination. Now, to dive deeper into the wisdom of Sage, Princess Natter, and the traditions of our people, explore the 7 Sticks, right? Player's Pyramid, and other works by myself, right? The author's page is in either the description or in my bio. Also, get your Nguzo Saba Narrative map. Become a supporting member of the Daily Spark. Come on now, we need some more supporters out there. Because I know some of y'all getting some of this stuff out here. And I want to thank those of you that are going and making sure that other people tune in. Listen, get your regular pistol shirt. You can order in the form. And join the Daily Spark Telegram. Join our Telegram group, all right? So, all the links are down in the description. So here we go for it's the proverb. The proverb of the day. The proverb of the day. The proverb. Right now in Columbus, it's 44 degrees. I'm sorry, I told you that thing come on regardless. So let's start that over. We got the proverb of the proverb of the day. And you heard it already. Do not repair another fence until you have seen to your own. Now, tell me, what does it mean to you. And you know what? You are now listening to Giami Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.